The Night Watch. Now, let me tell you some things about me before I start sharing my story with you. Number one, I'm a black man. Number two, I grew up in New Orleans. Number three, I go to church every Sunday. And I work overnight at the Port of New Orleans as a security guard. Now, my job pretty much consists of me walking the port and making sure no one is there that's not supposed to be there. It's an easy job, and once in a while a homeless person will get through one of the holes in the fence and try and take a rest. But it's so noisy that they move along on their own. So overall, this job is relatively unexciting. This particular morning, about 4:30 a.m., I'm walking along the rows of stacked up shipping containers when I see what I think is a person up ahead about 250 feet away. Now, if you're on site, you have to wear this reflective vest that allows people to see you. And this person didn't have on a vest, so I take off running after him. When I get to the area and look around, nobody's there. It's extremely loud. Trucks are passing by, so you can't really hear any footsteps or anything. But I know I saw someone. A few minutes later, I see what looks like a person standing on top of a stack of containers. These wings expand from his back, and the person flies up into the air. At this point in time, I'm like, hell no, that didn't happen. I must be tired. There's no way possible that this that I saw just happened. So I head back to my security booth, get me some coffee, and write it off as a hallucination. I'm in the booth when Trent, one of the other security guards, comes across the radio. He says, man, we got a dude out here walking along the stacks. Come meet me. We got to find him before he messes around and gets crushed out here and we lose our jobs. So I run back out to meet him and we start looking around. Now, before we separate, I tell Trent what I saw, but I tell him about the dark figure that I saw walking. He confirms that this is exactly what he saw. I would say we had been separated about 20 minutes when he radios me again and says, bruh, bring your over here right now. You gotta get over here. I arrive and I see that there's this shipping container open. It's the third in a stack of 4 shipping containers. And we're both standing there tripping because there's no way for anyone to get that high up in the air and open one of these containers without heavy equipment. The crews that would do this were all on break. That's when we see these 2 glowing red eyes looking down at us from the open container. And then this thing flies out of it, hovers above us, looking down. Jet black, leathery looking skin with this elongated head like some kind of dinosaur or something. It flies up and then lands on top of the 4th container, folds its wings in, turns and walks away. We're both standing there like, what the hell do we do? And against my advice, Trent calls our supervisor, wakes him up at 5 a.m., telling him this wild, crazy story, and promptly gets cursed out. I head back to my guard shack, and I stay put there until sunrise. Listen, I've seen this thing 5 or 6 times since then, but now I choose to ignore it. There's no way you can chase it because every time you chase after it, it just flies off. And it seems like it's not harming anyone, but Trent, on the other hand, is obsessed with this thing. He's tried to take pictures of it, but all he gets is these little black blurs moving away. I told him, stop telling everybody what he's seeing. Just keep his mouth closed. Because if he keeps talking, they're going to put us in a mental ward. But he doesn't care. He's a truther. He says the truth needs to get out there. But my argument is, you don't have any evidence to prove that is true.